Hi again, Eduardo. How are you doing today?
Hi. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good as well, thanks. So another video. I think this one is third in a row. To whoever's new to this series. So Eduardo is a trader and a mentor. He has more than I believe 600 traders in his community. So, but sure, we'll cover that later on. So today's topic or today's question is why you will never quit retail trading. So I think a good starting point would be to mention that, well, there are many ways to make a million, and trading is just one of them. And well, we will discuss it later, but we believe that this way is well better than other ways. And Gordon, why do you think you will never quit retail trading?
You know, I guess I'm the same as everybody else that is on this journey. You start trading and you lose money, but then you get to a level where you're making consistent money. But then even if you lose it, you identify why you lost it, and it's usually because of poor risk management. So sometimes people will go away, they'll reflect on what they've done, they'll regroup, understand that the reason that they blew their account, because that's usually what happens, is because of poor risk management. So then they come back again. But it's an interesting question because for me it's a much more expansive question. So like, why do people get into retail trading? People get into retail trading because they are sick and tired of working for the man. Because the majority of people out
Sure,
there, even if they have a chosen career, eventually their eyes are opened to that. And even after 10, 15, 20 years, they realize that although they thought that staying in their lane and complying with society was the way forward because of job security, which doesn't
sure,
exist, they realize that there could be a different way to make money. And imagine being able to sit in your house and use a laptop to make money.
right.
So I've been in this business now for 4.5 years. I was in a trading community for about a year and a half before I started my own trading community. So the majority of my time in this business, I've been in a trading community. And I've seen people come and go. Even in my own community, somebody will be very active for 6 months, and then they'll disappear for a month, and then they'll come back. And after speaking to them, what's happened is they got to a level where they were consistently profitable, blew their account because of poor risk management. They needed that
Right.
time away. Log back into the chat room, see
Sure.
people that were there when they were in it, the
Yeah.
progress that they've made. They are now consistently profitable. So people will automatically, you know, still try to achieve this, and they should. This is trading the stock market is very addictive because when you start to make money and you can see it in your P&L and then you transfer it into your bank account, that is addictive, right? Because you can literally take 60 seconds to make hundreds and hundreds of dollars, euros,
Sure.
pounds, whatever. So when you actually experience that, and you experience that fast money, right? Because the money is very fast in this business. Now, yeah, you lose it very
Okay.
fast as well if you
Sure.
don't apply risk management.
Yeah.
But when you see that fast money coming in, it's addictive. I mean, to this day, if I make, just say for example, I make 500 euro on a trade, right?
Sure.
Even 4.5 years later, I still say to myself, geez, I used to have to work a full week for that. Like, I
Yeah.
still say that to myself.
Yeah.
So people resonate with that. And it doesn't have to be 500 euro, it can be 100 euro.
Sure.
Because the majority of people in Europe, for example, the majority of people probably make about 100 euro a day, thereabouts after tax, something like
Sure.
that.
Sure.
So even 100 euro, you're thinking to yourself, wow. Like when you make 100 euro in a trade, you're thinking to yourself, wow,
Yeah.
I have to work a full day just to do that, and you might have
Sure.
made it in 2 or 5 minutes. So it is addictive, but I think what it is that people are absolutely sick and tired of working for people that have no respect for them. that
Sure.
don't appreciate the efforts that they put in. And they see the possibilities in the stock market. They see the possibilities in retail trading. And especially if they're in a trading community, they see people that are successful.
Yeah.
And people are not stupid. People realize that there's easier ways to make money. Now, yes, the road to actually getting there is extremely difficult, right? Extremely difficult. But once you actually get there, I'll tell you what, it's a lot easier than getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going out for working for somebody that doesn't appreciate what you're doing, right?
Definitely.
And that's what it comes down to. It's people in this day and age, people understand that you don't have to work for the man, that there's different ways to make money. There's easier ways to make money. I mean, you're an account manager at a brokerage firm. Do you think that what I've just said resonates with what you see in your business?
Right. Well, definitely. I mean, you mentioned a couple good points there, and yeah, I think we should add that you're talking from a perspective of intraday, a short-term trader.
Yes.
Right. So that's an important point we keep forgetting to mention. And right. So I mentioned a lot of things there, and well, yeah. So I mean, financial freedom is definitely, I think, in the top there for everyone who's getting into this business. And I think that we should also mention that, well, comparing to other industries, there are very low entry costs. I mean, well, obviously, you won't retire in a year if you invest with, just couple grand. I mean, obviously, you'll have to, work and, grow that account. But relative to other businesses, it's very low entry cost. And just like any other business, here as well, you get, debt in a way of leverage for your trades. So that's there for you. I mean, we're not going to go into details how it works, but it's good to mention, to people who are not who are new or not familiar with trading. And yeah, you mentioned the possibilities. I mean, it's so there's unlimited amount of possibilities in terms of available instruments, and the return or the reward is also unlimited. No one's stopping you. So there's a lot of this in recent years, a lot of this new businesses coming up for targeting, average Joe, to say simply, and those businesses offer some sort of limited reward. They invest their capital and they get this fixed, yearly, whatever. I mean, sure, for sake of diversification, okay, fine, but trading is just so much better than that if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that people want to get to a point where they wake up in the morning and they don't have to go and work for somebody else. Because let me tell you something, and this was my dream. This was my goal from day one. When I decided that this is it, I'm going for this. I wanted to be able to wake up in the morning, open my eyes, and say to myself, wow, I don't need to get up and go and work for somebody else today. I'm working for myself. And I do that. When I wake up in the morning, I don't think to myself, oh, wow, I'm living on a beautiful Mediterranean island, or wow, I've got all this money in the bank, or wow, I can go out to this restaurant and that restaurant and I don't have to worry about how much it's going to cost. Or I can go on a trip to Italy whenever I want for a weekend or a week. That's not what I think about. Every morning when I wake up, I literally smile to myself, because what I'm grateful and thankful for is the fact that I can wake up in the morning and know that I don't need to go and work for somebody that has no respect for me and doesn't appreciate the efforts that I put in. And to me, that's the most important thing, is complete freedom. Complete, not the money and all the other stuff, but just knowing that. See, if I want to lie in bed for half of the day, I don't. I always get up. I get up at 7 a.m. every morning, regardless. But if I want to, I can lie in bed till noon. It's not healthy to do that, and I wouldn't do it.
Sure.
But I have that choice to do that, and I think that's what it comes down to. People are sick and tired of getting told what to do. And this is what it is. They go into a job day in, day out for 10, 15, 20 years, 30, 40 years, whatever it is. And people now are starting to open their eyes and seeing the possibilities, not just in the stock market, because there's other
Sure.
e-commerce opportunities as well.
Sure.
I think now that we're moving in an age where people's eyes are getting opened, and there's so many opportunities out there. Literally, you can work from your laptop.
Sure.
But you know, as I've said many times before, you know, it is a difficult journey, not just in trading, but other e-commerce opportunities as well. But people are waking up now. You know, as I did a number of years ago, I got sick and tired of working for people that had no respect for me and didn't appreciate the efforts that I put in. And that's what it comes back to. People have this dream. They want to be able to work for themselves, and not even necessarily full time, but there's a lot of people out there that would be very happy just to work a part-time job and, you know, trade the stock market part-time as well. There's a lot of people that would be very happy with that. Me
Sure.
personally, that's not what I wanted. So my dream, so I'm now 49 years old. I know I don't look it, but I am. But I
Must be all the
suppose,
wine.
yeah, it's the vino, the vino. I suppose in my early to mid 40s, I just got totally embroiled in this whole retailing thing, and I had said to myself, okay, I want to retire before I'm 50 years old, and I wanted to retire to the Mediterranean because I'd lived in Spain many years ago, so I wanted to return back to Spain. But you know, the Mediterranean in general, and that was my goal. So you know, some people, you know, just want to be able to do this part-time and then have a part-time job, or some
Sure.
people just want to be able to work the job because their full-time job, because they do enjoy it, and then just use this as a little top-up way
Right.
of financing their lifestyle. But
Right.
it was never about that for me. I hated my job. I hated my industry. I wanted to completely change my life, and I set myself a goal to retire to the Mediterranean before I was 50, and I've done it 2 years earlier than expected. And you know, I've said so many times before, it's a difficult journey, but people see that. Okay, I know people that have been watching my journey from day one. You know, some of them are not full-time traders, some of them are making money on the side, but some of them are also full-time traders.
Right.
And people see your progression. You know, they see where you've came from, where you are now, and it gives them hope because they can see what this can lead to.
Sure.
And this is what it's all about. So this is, you know, when we're talking about why you won't ever quit retail trading, it's for this reason. You know, and people often say, well, what if you blow your account and lose all your money? You know, I'll go back to what I've said so many times before. You know, so many people do this. I've done it. You go back to trading a demo account, trading a paper account. You save
Sure.
up a little bit of money. I mean, you could trade with a couple of $100. Right?
Sure.
You're not going to make, you know, you're not
Sure.
going to make decent returns with $200,
Yeah.
but you can still do it.
Yeah.
And then with leverage, you can make, you know, $10 and $20 here and there, and then you start to build yourself up again. So this is why people keep coming back to it, because they get addicted to the success that they've had. When they do lose money or blow their account, once
Right.
they analyze it, it's usually because of poor risk management. They then regroup and they go at it again because
Right.
they see the possibilities. And this is what it's all about. It's about seeing the possibilities. And then you end up tripping yourself up because of the mistake that you've made. But then you
Right.
regroup and you go back again. I've seen it so many times. I've seen people coming back after taking a year out. Even in my community, I've seen people coming
Yeah.
back after a year, and then I'm fresh. I've got my head together. I'm back in
Yeah.
because they see the possibilities. They see the success that other people are having. You know, I've often seen
Right.
people typing in my chat room. I've been away for a while, and I've got my head together again, and then they're talking about, wow, you're still here, you're still there. Wow, I can see the success that you're having, and then they get motivated because they're thinking to themselves. I've actually had students message me and saying, I wish I didn't take that 6 months out because the guys that joined the same time as me, I see the success that they're having.
Right.
You know, I wish I didn't take so long out, but now I'm
Right.
back.
Right.
Now I'm back, and that's
Yeah.
this is what it's all about, and this is how
Yeah.
people feel. about this whole industry.
Right. Well, so if there's one thing viewers should learn is that community can help a lot. And after someone wipes their account, a reset is totally, it's even a good thing to do. Absolutely.
Yes.
And you also mentioned that people are getting their eyes opened. I want to add that people need to get their eyes opened by the right people. So obviously there's a lot of bad business as well, but just to put that in there. And I think it's also worth mentioning that as a trader, there's endless return, there's endless possibilities, and there's actually growth opportunities, career opportunities as well. And I think right. So yeah, freedom is probably up there, but I would also say that if you are actually a good trader, it seeps into other aspects of life and it affects you in other aspects of life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So let's say you are a good trader, but you have let's say messy personal life, messy work environment, messy whatever, and it just doesn't really go together. It affects
No.
one another. If you want to be good at trading, you have to you know uh, have a clear mind, and that involves
Yes.
fixing whatever you're doing in your private life.
Of course it is, and I've always advocated to people that one of the big things that has always helped me to be successful in retail trading is physical workout. So I run, I do martial arts, I do other stuff, and that has truly helped me in my journey. So one of the things I always say to people is that it's very healthy for both your body and mind, and it will assist you in retail trading is if you go to the gym or go running or do some kind of physical activity
Right.
where you feel good, because it releases the endorphins in your brain, doesn't it? So it's a good point, and I've said that for years, that being disciplined with your diet and going to the gym, it trickles into trading.
It does.
100%. 100%. The correlation between the two is so similar. It really is. And again, I've had so many people message me saying that since they took up running or going to the gym, that they feel so much better about everything, and it's helping them in their trading, because
Sure.
you're instilling that discipline in several aspects of your life, not just one.
Right.
And
Right.
also as well, you mentioned community. I would say that the community that I joined, and any community, as a matter of fact, all the traders really do support each other. So if somebody's having a hard time, they will get messages of encouragement from all the other traders. So I think that if you weren't in a community and you were just by yourself, because trading is so lonely, right? Trading
Definitely.
is so lonely. You're just there your own. Even when you're successful, it's still lonely because you've got nobody to tell, right? But
Right.
at least when you're in the community, whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you feel as though you're not just there by yourself, because you can type something into the chat room. And even if you're not having a good day and you type, "I'm not feeling this today," or "I had a bad day," you'll get other traders or the mentor, giving that person words of encouragement. So it is definitely, it's definitely a benefit to trading, to your trading and your psychology, to be in some kind of community, whether that's just in a community with your friends where you discuss things, or whether it's a community that you've joined with education. Like, either or, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I would definitely recommend some form of community, just because that's an environment where you get to talk to other traders, right? You get to
Right.
talk to other traders, and
Right.
you don't feel as though you're by yourself, because, as I said, and as you resonated with, also, trading is very lonely.
Right. Right. So yeah, so you definitely need a community. You definitely need people to talk with, and I think it also probably well, it's you have to keep educating yourself, and having a team, a community helps you do that. You can't just stay in one place in trading, right? And Yeah, and I think probably good thing to mention. Well, you obviously need a good broker as well. So no, not to not to make this the main topic of the interview, but to let everybody out there know that at TradeView we are focusing on what truly matters, for a trader, and that's trading conditions and the customer experience. So we're a global, we are multi-asset, we are no dealer desk broker. We offer various asset classes, forex, indices, commodities, cryptos, equities, even futures and options as well. And so we mentioned entry costs in the beginning. So with us, minimum deposit is $100 or base currency equivalent, but also, of course, it depends on which asset class you're planning to trade. And I mentioned we are a no dealer desk broker, which means we don't trade against our clients, and we only profit from commissions, swaps, overnight fees, and spreads, and of course platform fees, but that's for equities only. Right. Okay. Well, I think this was a fruitful interview for everyone who's going to watch. Thank you for your time, Eduardo. Looking forward to the next one.
Yes, I love this stuff. I could sit here all day and talk about this stuff. Thanks for having me again.
Definitely.
See you
Talk
again.
soon. Talk next time. Bye.